Live from Mississippi's most trusted station, this is WLBT News. 3 on your side.
It's 5:30 and you're looking live over downtown Jackson. Carmen has traffic for you here in just a moment. But first, we're talking, as we always do at the half hour, about the weather.
Yes, and I feel so well rested. How about you guys?
Oh, I feel great.
That extra hour?
Yes.
Yeah,
that
feels amazing.
Fantastic. It does.
I like a 3-day weekend.
I felt like I got up an hour later today.
Yes.
All right, well, we're getting up this morning, still chilly, even though things have changed as far as the time is concerned. They haven't really changed much for us as far as the weather. So we've got these clear conditions out across most of the country here, at least as far as rain is concerned. There are a few passing clouds here at home for us, but getting out the door with temperatures in the upper 40s to the low 50s. This showing Macomb still at 56 degrees, but I do think most places will be in those upper 40s to low 50s to start the day. Now, our afternoon hours look very similar to what they have for the past few days. We're looking at low 80s for most places getting into the rest of your Monday here. No rain out there, but clouds will continue to move here and there as we go through the day. By Wednesday, we might have some records at risk. Our current high record is 87 degrees for Wednesday, and that was set only a few years ago in 2022. We're projecting to see temperatures in the mid 80s, so very close to that, and with plenty of sunshine expected, we could certainly see that record temperature met. So staying dry and warm for the next few days, but some rain on the way, and that will encompass all of us as we get into the end of this week. It's absolutely fantastic news, something that we love to see, and we'll talk about how much rain it might be coming up here in a few minutes. But first, let's get a check of traffic with Carmen.
It's looking good out there. Folks, continue to be safe on the roads. Here's a look at I-20 at the railroad. This is right outside of the Clinton area. Nothing to slow you down if you're about to hop on this stretch of the road. I'm also keeping a close eye on I-20, 55, Highway 49, 220. You're good to go on those stretches as well. I'll give you a closer look at that commute for you in just a bit. Wilson?
All right, Carmen, as the clock ticks down to Election Day, money continues to pour into the campaigns of both candidates for governor. Incumbent Republican Tate Reeves has raised about $6.5 million, according to campaign finance records. Democratic challenger Brandon Presley is outpacing those donations nearly 2-to-1, with over $12 million raised so far. Together, the two candidates for governor have raised nearly $20 million.
Tate Reeves didn't have this need and desire to go raise $5-6 million this calendar year because he already had that much money in the bank. He just needed to raise enough money this year to add on to the money that he already had banked to make himself competitive.
4 years ago, it was almost an exact reversal of the figures that we're looking at today, where Tate Reeves raised around $12 million and Jim Hood raised around $6 million, which at that time was an incredible threshold for a Democratic candidate to cross. That's unusual, and it took considerable work by the Hood campaign to get there. And so I don't think anyone who's being honest with you would tell you that this was expected.
The three on your side reached out to Governor Reeves' campaign for a response to the surge in Presley's campaign contributions. Spokesman Clifton Carroll told us this: the entire national liberal fundraising machine has been mobilized to support Brandon Presley. Money from D.C., California, and New York is flooding in to try and flip Mississippi blue. It is up to Mississippi conservatives to fight back.
In about 1 month, the Jackson Public School District will present a recommendation to the school board on whether or not to close and/or consolidate 16 schools. We spoke with residents and parents about how the board's decision will impact them. Holly Emery has the story.
Jackson Public School needs to step up and do better because this has caused a problem within this neighborhood.
LaVon Williams says she's seen what happens when a Jackson public school closes its doors for good.
Somebody keep breaking into schools and spray painting and all that. But there's no security, there's no alarm system. It's, you know, you have a lot of homeless people.
Williams lives next to Barr Elementary School, one of the three the district closed in January of 2020. Nearly 4 years later, broken glass, trash, and plywood litters the sidewalk of the once-filled school.
It is deteriorating. It doesn't look good to the community. I mean, it's just bringing the value of our homes down. And then what do these children have to look to?
It's a concern Ward 3 Councilman Kenneth Stokes believes could have been avoided.
It is a state law on the books where you can take public school property throughout the state of Mississippi and develop it. You just have to follow some guidelines.
Just as Dooling Hall was once an elementary school before becoming an event center, Stokes says similar projects could help prevent consolidation and/or closures.
Let's take some of the assets from Jackson Public Schools. Let's use those assets. And let's stop closing schools and making these neighborhoods look awful.
Jackson have money allocated for summer programs or programs that can turn into an activity center for the kids, for the youth.
Eyesores aside, residents and parents say they just want to see children learning and in a safe environment.
Kids cussing, fighting, talk about drugs and profanity, and the middle school kids hearing it, and they gonna get it, you know what I'm saying, it's like a sponge, they gonna get it.
They need to come up with some plans to save these children.
In Jackson.
November is National Adoption Month. Over the weekend, adoptive families and their children celebrated with the Mississippi Department of Child Protection Services. Rena Dayton has 2 adult children, and she says she knew motherhood was just getting started for her once they left the nest.
I would tell everybody that if you love children, this is so worth it. And even if the children go back home, which that's our goal, to get them to go back home, you can have these wonderful, wonderful connections with their families.
Dayton has plans to adopt all 4 of her foster children. If you are interested in adopting a child, reach out to the State Department of Child Protection Services.
All right, staying in Biloxi, walkers, runners, and cyclists make strides in helping to raise awareness to homelessness. One local organization held its annual Hunger and Homelessness Awareness event on Sunday. The event allows participants to ride their bikes, walk, or run around Point Cadets. One participant says we should all do our part in making sure the homeless community is treated fairly.
They try their best, and I feel like we need to help them out more. I mean, you have to give them money, but at least, bring them, give them some dinner or food, bring something to eat, like a sandwich or something like that. Just help them out.
The purpose of the event is to help spread awareness to homelessness and those who may not have enough to eat in the area.
One of the state's biggest arts and crafts festivals has just wrapped up on the coast. Thousands of people from all over walked the streets of downtown Ocean Springs for the Peter Anderson Festival. They got to see unique art, taste good food, and meet new people. Some of the vendors came from far away to participate, including an oil painter from South Carolina.
It's been a really nice weekend. I mean, weather, of course, is always a plus for any artist. Nobody likes to set up in the rain, so we've had great weather. It's the people who've stopped, who have appreciated my work, really like that it is different and that something is being said. So it's something that's a little more thought-provoking for them, for those people who like my work.
The festival ran through Sunday.
Hattiesburg Newest Park is serving up more than fun. The city officially opened its first food truck park called the Commons on Hardy Street across from Cadence Bank. At this weekend's soft lunch, attendees enjoyed dishes and drinks from 3 local food trucks along with picnic tables and a view of Gordon's Creek. The concept is phase 1 of a larger project, and officials say phase 2 will begin early next year with the construction of a walking trail, pedestrian bridge, and a stage. All right, you could be one of the next 7 winners in WLBT's 70 Days of Giveaways, celebrating our station's 70th anniversary. But you have to go to WLBT.com to register to win each Monday, including today. Through December 18th, we'll be notifying 7 winners who won prizes from local businesses. We'll let you know by phone or email if you are one of those lucky winners.
All right, and I've got some good news for you, too. Only 17 days from Thanksgiving now and 49 days away from Christmas, but Christmas is coming to us early this year in the form of some lovely rain. Take a look at this. Our rainfall totals, this is from a few different models or a couple of different models. Now, depends on which one you look at, but looks like we'll see about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch of rain here across central Mississippi. So take a look at your rain coverage ahead. Starting to see some showers creep into the picture Thursday, and then widespread rain ahead for us on Friday afternoon. We're going to talk a little bit more about it coming up in just a few minutes.